Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
I call it ideological quicksand. It's just people is into just muddying the water with bullshit. You know, this is real simple. It's not that difficult at all. The concept is really, really simple. You know, as far as changing this system, I don't want to, I want my own shit. That's it. I want my own
you would have
shit.
had your own shit, though, sir? I would have asked you this.
Well, let me ask you something, sir. What system are you in now?
Well,
whose system are you in now?
I'm in a system that human beings control, sir.
What human beings?
Human beings that live.
What human beings? We ain't controlling nothing.
The same human beings that we look in our history books and all was told.
What human beings is not us? We're not controlling shit in this society.
What do you mean? Okay, and who's controlling shit in any society around the world?
The person who controls the society, the person who controls the context and the infrastructure of the society. You made a statement that Western Europe. You made a statement that white people have 90% of the wealth. That makes perfect sense if you control the context.
When you get your geographical line, how is that system going to be run, sir?
How is this system run?
No. Forget this. I'm talking about this new national thing. Let's say all of us on the phone, we got our separate land. We got what we want now. I want to talk to you now, start some questions.
Okay.
Because you want people to come to this nation and stuff. I want to talk to you. You're in charge. How it's going to be?
No, I don't want. First of all, let's correct that. I don't want people to come to nothing that they don't want to come to.
Okay, but let's say
if you want to stay in America and try to be equal with white folks, then you can do that all you want to.
Question, sir. Look, come on, let's have a dialogue.
No, but don't put words in my mouth. I'm not trying to convince nobody of nothing.
No, I'm saying we have the land now. I want to show what type of system and structure that you're going to have to keep things in order, and I'm going to listen to you. I want to listen to all of y'all.
Can I?
Why is this? That question is intriguing to me.
Why? Because listen, you're saying we all have to get together on one. Okay, listen, sir.
I'm really intrigued by that question because
why not?
And let me explain why I'm intrigued by it.
Isn't that the end result? Why not?
Can I explain why I'm intrigued by that question?
Okay.
Because you're living in a society right now with an infrastructure. You're dealing in a society right now with gas. You're dealing with you're in a society right now with electricity. You're dealing in a society right now with roads and highways. You got to irrigate. So then, what is black folks creating another society? Some like Martian thing? Is this like some alien concept?
No, I'm asking you, sir. Now, look, first of all, I ask you the question, and I want to hear y'all. Listen, at least let me at least answer my question first, sir.
This is Mr. Solution. May I speak?
Okay. Okay.
You're asking a good question, Mike. He doesn't have an answer. I understand the question you're asking.
That's the problem. That's why we're not going nowhere, guys.
You understand working
I don't have an answer?
Right, you don't have an answer.
That's very presumptuous of you, don't you think?
But what is the answer?
The answer is, how is any other nation organized?
That's not an answer. That's a question.
That's an answer. That is an answer.
No, you're the thinker. You're the activist.
So you want me to go down? So what? Do you want me to pick which nut and which? Peace, fam. Yeah, the show ended abruptly. And that was right in the midst of me getting ready to make a statement. But I want to explain why. Well, I want to answer that question that they were asking, but I also want to explain why that question was so incredulous to me. Because I've been saying this for the longest, that I noticed that our people tend to hold us to a different set of standards than they do everyone else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the best analogy that I can use as to why that question was so bizarre to me? It's like you go into a restaurant, right? Like, or better yet, you are a patron in a restaurant, and you go to this restaurant all the time, and this is your favorite restaurant, and then somebody else says, well, I want to create another restaurant. And the patron asks the person who wants to create the other restaurant, well, how do you create a restaurant? I mean, how do you know people are going to go into your restaurant and eat the food that's there? It's like, huh? Motherfucker. You're making it seem like the concept of a restaurant is some foreign alien concept. So that's the reason why I didn't answer the question directly, because I'm just astounded by the question itself. How do you build a nation? Like, how do you create a nation? Well, let's see. You have to have land. You have to survey the land, and you have to determine what are your resources in the land that you have. And then once you determine what your resources in the land you have, then you go about the process of building your infrastructure, your hard infrastructure. Now, what I was going to say when we got cut off, and you didn't hear the rest of it, I said, well, do you want me to what? You want me to name what bolt is going to go into what widget, and what screwdriver or what machine is going to be used to make the bridge or make a bridge? Or what tool is going to be used to make the irrigation system? I'm not a fucking engineer. But do we need bridges? Do I have to know how to make a bridge to know that we need one? Do I have to know how an irrigation system is designed in order to know that we need one? That's why, it's really frustrating talking to people of this mentality. And I notice it's just like what I said in my previous video. These people are acting as if nationhood is some foreign alien concept that they never ever heard before. That this is something that black folks can't possibly create their own nation. But white folks can do it. Koreans can do it. Chinese, Japanese, Jews, everybody, every other ethnic group is capable of having a nation and operating as a nation. And we, as black African people, have no problem participating in their nations, going to their countries, or going to their neighborhoods or their communities and empowering them. Or better yet, we even do it more than that. We invite them into our community so they can gain revenue from us and take it back to theirs. We are really altruistic when it comes to the nationhood of everybody else. But then when we want to start talking about our own nationhood, our own nation and infrastructure, all of a sudden nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. It's the same thing with what is black? It's the same thing. Everything becomes ambiguous because now it's about movement. Now it's about doing something. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing that is really frustrating. And I'm gonna tell you, I was speaking to Kala after this show went off, and we was just talking, and I said, it's gonna reach the point where the level of the conversation in our shows, and these guys are really making me want to get back into doing my Blog Talk Radio show, because these bootlicking Negroes are coming out in droves, trying to take the attention and focus away from where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be focused on. And after I do this video, I'm going to do a video stating what the black agenda should be. And it's real simple, short to the point. Video won't be long, probably under 5 minutes. And this is what I personally feel should be our talking points as black nationalists and Pan-Africanists. But to answer the question, how do you build a nation? In order for me to answer that question, I can give you an overview of how you build a nation. You have to establish your hard infrastructure. You have to establish, first of all, your financing, how you're going to finance the building and the construction. And see, that's not something that you can answer in 2 sentences or less. It's very detailed and a lot of different strategies involved. But the ultimate goal, or I should say, the steps that happen, is you have to survey, you have to find out what are your natural resources on the land that you are occupying. because then you can determine what you can build, and then you have to see what you need imported in order to build. Who you're going to do trade with in order to get these things, and what are you going to trade, you know? But what you do when you start your new nation is you develop your infrastructure. That's the answer. Now, if you expect me to go into every freaking detail of infrastructure, I'm not doing that shit. Go to fucking dictionary, go to a video and learn what infrastructure is about. But every nation that started built their infrastructure, because you have to build your infrastructure so that the people can live on the land. That's what you do. The people that's going to be over there establishing this nation are what you call your pioneers, the people with the skills and the people with the talent and the people with the know-how. These are going to be the people that are going to build up any society. And all you have to do is see the movies. When a nation gets wiped out, what do? They try to protect the brain trust of the people who have the skills, the scientists, the physicists, the technology, all of that stuff. They try to protect them because they know they're going to need those people to establish a new society. So if you can go to see the movie 2012 and you can understand the concept of what starting a new nation is in that context, why is it so fucking bizarre and confusing when it comes to black African people? That's my question. So I just wanted to give a follow-up because we got cut off right in the middle of that, and I just didn't want to leave people hanging. And I wanted to address where I was going with my next statement and my whole reasoning behind why that question was just so bizarre to me. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll holler at you good people later. Peace. Oh, one more thing. I hope bootlicking Negroes don't expect me, Kala, George, or any other brother out here who's talking about nationhood to go into any details, specific details on financing and little details of how things are going to get started, because as far as I'm concerned, that's none of your fucking business. Straight up. It's none of your business. You're not interested in it. It's not a concept that you even agree with. So what the fuck do you need to know for? So if that was the type of answer that you wanted, where you wanted us to get to details or to who we're dealing with, what land we're talking about occupying and all that other stuff, that's a nationhood discussion. That's an internal discussion for people who are actually interested in the concept and want to see that concept come into fruition. Anybody that's a bootlicking Negro that wants to stay here and be an imitation white person and a second-class citizen in America, that's nothing that you have to concern yourself with. So I just wanted to get that out. Talk to y'all later. Peace.